Dr. Grant from Brunswick Veterinary Hospital, and right now we're going to talk about what it's like for your cat to have their blood drawn when lab tests are ordered. My assistant Adri here is going to help me by asking some commonly asked questions by our clients. Adri?
Okay, Dr. Grant, how exactly is blood drawn from my cat?
So there's different ways that we can draw blood from a cat. Typically what that involves is gentle restraint of our feline patient with them on their side that allows us to access one of the peripheral blood vessels, very similar to how our blood is drawn in human medicine as well. Sometimes we might need to draw from other areas too, like sometimes from the jugular, but it's no more painful or uncomfortable than our routine blood draws that we experience at our own doctor's visits.
Is the sample collection painful for my cat?
So it's no more painful than your blood draw at your doctor's visit. We draw blood very similar to the way that we draw blood in human medicine, where we do actually insert a needle into the vessel from the outside. Mostly they just feel a little bit of a pinch, but once the needle's removed, all the discomfort goes away.
How is the safety of my cat ensured when getting lab work done?
So the safety of the animal is actually ensured by having numerous hands available to help, by having experienced veterinary staff who know how to gently and safely restrain animals to make sure that they're not going to hurt themselves, but also keep us as staff safe. By having well-trained staff, it helps us prevent any kind of accidents when drawing blood or lab work.
Why might my kitten need lab work done?
That's a good question. So there's lots of reasons that kittens might need lab work done. One reason to name off the top of my head is sometimes and frequently we get kittens either from off the street or from rescue situations. A lot of times there's concerns for their feline leukemia and feline AIDS status. That's one thing that we would like to check sooner because these two diseases are very common communicable diseases that can make their way through the feline community and have some long-term implications on your cat's health. We often, also depending on the health of the kitten, might want to do a minimum database as well if they're showing any signs of illness to let us know what's going on, what's making this kitten sick.
Why might my healthy adult cat need lab work done?
So your healthy adult cat may need lab work done just to evaluate for overall organ function or any evidence of illness. Cats are very stoic animals, and it can be hard to determine diseases early on if they're not showing outward signs of illness, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not showing any signs of illness. By doing at least once yearly blood work on our adult and our senior feline patients, it allows us to evaluate for any hidden diseases that they might not be showing us yet, but might be brewing and might be something we'd want to get a hold on sooner rather than later.
Will follow-up lab work need to be done on my cat?
So follow-up lab work entirely depends on what we find. If we do an annual lab work, for example, and everything comes back beautiful, then we would just retest you at your next annual visit just to make sure that everything still looks good. If we do find some abnormalities though, we might want to recheck them just to see if this continues, or if we have an ongoing disease process that we want to monitor, we might repeat lab work in a couple weeks or even a couple of months just to see where we're progressing with our disease and do we need to change our treatment methods.
Okay, well thank you for elaborating what the process is like for my cat while getting lab work done.
Absolutely. Let me know if you have any questions.